this series advances to take on the Miami Heat. They're sitting at home watching right now. Step back jump shot, James Harden, pure. Play with me. You forgot who I am.
NBA fans, what's good? You are now rocking with the best. Roe Parrish right here. Studio B Game Time, presented by Kia, along with John Barry and Devin Harris. We've just witnessed the Philadelphia 76ers survive and advance. They win the series 4-2 against the Toronto Raptors. They win by 35. Really, the game really wasn't even that close going into the second half. Third quarter was huge. We're going to talk about that momentarily. But first, we got to put this poll question up for the viewers because we need to know, now that we have our final four set in the Eastern Conference, who is the favorite to come out of the East? So pull out your phone, let it be known, scan that QR code, and let us know who you feel like is the favorite now in the Eastern Conference. So, Devin, with that said, you see right there on the screen, we can see the numbers fluctuate. In your opinion, who is your favorite in the East?
In my opinion, I'm going with the Miami Heat.
Why?
If you look at the season that they've had a ton of injuries, guys in and out of the lineup, major key guys, and they figure out a way to win games. They close out a game with no Kyle Lowry, no Jimmy Butler, and they still take care of business. And defensively, you can see what they're about. They literally shut Trae Young down. It was not a point in any series where he had one good game. That was it. So defensively, they guard. They move the ball around. They have multiple guys. They got a bench. They got everything that they need, but they're just a deep team. And they're locked in. Biggest thing, Jimmy Butler, all that argument stuff that they had going on, they were just preparing themselves for the intensity of the playoffs. I like where they're at and how they're playing. That's my pick.
Got to keep an eye on that Jimmy Butler situation and his injury as well. Kyle Lowry. John, who you got in the East?
Bro, look at all these bandwagon fans. 47, the Sixers. Everybody had them losing tonight.
Well,
and
you gotta
now
understand.
the Sixers?
Well, let's just keep it a buck. We just had the Sixers on our network, so there's probably a lot of Sixers fans watching.
A lot of them on the wagon, watching on the wagon.
You know how they are in Philadelphia.
No, I'm all right. I'm all right with it. I picked Philly, if you recall, to win tonight.
Yes, you did.
I'm going Boston. I mean, that's a hot team. You saw what they just did to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Defensively, they're the best team in the league. They've been the best team in the league for about 2.5 months. A tough start for them. I believe they were 17-20, and then they turned the corner. They got a feel for Coach Udoka's system. Jason Tatum is sharing the ball. He's a great playmaker. He's an underrated defender. Jaylen Brown's terrific. Grant Williams played really good in this series. Marcus Smart, the heart and soul of the Celtics. This team is tough. They have a belief, and I think Boston's the team to beat.
Boston and Milwaukee, they will start on Sunday. This other series, Philadelphia, they just win. They will play the Miami Heat. So many different storylines in that one. We're going to eventually get to that somewhere down the road, but we'll focus on this game tonight. And John, just coming to you on this one, that third quarter, we saw after the halftime, the Sixers came out. They were motivated. They put up 37 points. They hit 6 threes in that quarter and just really put the foot on the neck of the Raptors. What did you think of that quarter when you watched it?
Yeah, well, we talked about James Harden getting in rocket mode. We saw that, but I was impressed with Philadelphia's defense. They gave up 17 points in that quarter. Remember, 61 points for Toronto in the first half. They only get 36 in the second half. On top of that, they were getting smashed on the boards. -9 was Philly in the first half, plus 19 in the second half on the boards. They were all over them. Defensively, they were great. They were aggressive. Joel Embiid got the ball in the paint. James Harden was James Harden. And Philadelphia looked like the team that Daryl Morey put together when they sent Ben Simmons out and brought James Harden in.
They definitely impose their will, but I think Toronto just ran out of gas a little bit. And, when you're down 3-0, your margin of error is so small. They got the first game, okay, a little bit of confidence. They won the second game, 2 games in a row. But when you're back against the wall, you got to expend so much energy on a night-to-night basis. And I think that second half, they just didn't have anything left. Legs are tired, couldn't make shots. And Philly, for whatever reason, defensively got after it, and they didn't have enough in the tank to keep that game going.
Legs tired, combined with the defensive play of the Philadelphia 76ers, held the Toronto Raptors to 28% shooting in the second half, including 20% for 3. They only shot 4 for 20 in the second half. So the defense improving, maybe a combination again of the tired legs. Nevertheless, the Philadelphia 76ers win the game. And a big story before, everybody was talking about it, Doc Rivers. They couldn't seem to close out. We know he holds the record for most comeback wins after being down 3-1, a dubious record. However, his teams had lost 7 of their last closeout attempts. They figure out a way to get it done. Maybe he leaves his players in a little bit too long. Around the 6-minute mark, they're up 20. You still have the majority of your starters in the game. What did you think about how the Sixers closed that last quarter?
Well, I think, one, the Sixers heard all the noise about their coach. they had a hard practice came in before. They needed to up their intensity. I think they definitely came in to support their coach and, like, we're going to end this for you tonight. We're going to end all this noise. And that was a good thing to see. They closed out the game, but sometimes you don't want to leave any air of doubt. So you want to make sure that it's closed out. They did that. And, if the players, are out there a little bit longer, I'm okay with that.
Okay with that. We're okay with hearing Doc Rivers. Let's take a listen.
They really did in the first half. And, they have 11 or 12 more shots than us. 10 offensive rebounds. But I just thought we never wavered. I told our guys it was the most serious game I think we played this year. Like, there's no messing around. I thought we came with a great intent, and that's a lesson. So, first of all, I'd like to say, congratulations to the Raptors. I thought this series made us a better basketball team. We actually needed them in some ways. We are a new team, and we're still growing. And so, with all the switching and all the different things they did, I thought it was really good for our team. I thought it was really something good to go through. We obviously came out, winning the series 4-2 was very good, but we were pushed, and we were pushed because of them, and I thought that was great.
To that point, with the way you guys did respond in the third quarter, obviously, 1-point game, shot 58% in the first half, played really well, was only up one.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the growth you guys showed, I imagine that's sort of what you're talking about. You guys come out in a situation like that with a lot of pressure and respond.
Yeah, it was pressure, but it's funny. Before the game, I told them 120 is our number. I said we're going to score at least 120. And I said if we do that, they can't get there if we defend right and rebound right. And then at halftime, I looked at, we had great shots, and we were going to keep getting those. And I told us we can rebound the ball, we can stretch this lead quickly. And that was quicker than I thought. Obviously, we made every shot, and we got out into the break. And that's, the pace of the game was back in our favor tonight.
Just looking ahead, what kind of challenges does the Miami Heat present you guys now here around?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're good. They're deep. They're veterans. We're going to go play grown men, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
What type of tone did James set in that first quarter? Just felt like he was attacking.
Yeah, it was great. This last 2 days, we really got him in the right spots. We wanted to just keep freeing his mind up, just keep attacking. And what I loved about James tonight, I thought he scored those 10 points quickly. And instead of looking for more points, he started becoming a point guard again. And then he went back to scoring. So I thought, I jokingly call him a scoring Magic Johnson. And I thought that's what he did tonight. He assisted and he scored on a lot of buckets for us.
Like you talked about, and I'm just paraphrasing, this was the most focus y'all had this year. Was it the last two games, did they look at it as if, look, we just let it slip away?
Yeah, listen, give Toronto credit. I thought, especially Game 5, I thought they just beat us. They played harder, for sure. I didn't think we had great focus, so I would say that. But the film session we had after that game was not a pleasant one. I would say that. We didn't get but to halftime because there was so much talking doing it. But I thought that was great for us. We left. We came back the next day, and you could see us in practice. This team is serious. And so that was good.
And also today, I'm sorry, but also today, when you go to shoot around, typically when you see a team lose 2 games like that and hear the outside noise, you see little guys.
Yeah, I didn't think we listened to the outside noise. It's funny. Our shoot around was terrible today because they didn't want any more. And I called it. I told Dave 15 minutes in shoot around. They didn't want to hear us anymore. They were done with coaching and they had heard it already. They were ready to play. They were locked in, and so we cut shoot around short.